Alright, hello, and welcome back to Secret of the Stars. Okay, no, it's not. Alright, well, anyways. Like I've said before, the last few videos, this is not my first take, or my first attempt at these parts. As I had played the game, recording the videos for quite some time yet to come within the game story. Made it quite a bit further into the game than this, before hard drive mess up and all that, like I've explained already. And the reason I bring that up again, for what, the fourth or fifth time in the last couple of weeks, is because one thing, aside from the fact that it's given me a chance to redo those cryptic parts with less complaining and less vulgar dialogue in response to them, without swearing every other word like I did in that first attempt. Yeah. So yeah, I can be happy about that, I guess, but next, for the next sequence, well, first I gotta go back home and restore our MP and HP, but there's a couple different places you can go next to progress the story slightly. And one of those two took me forever to find. And it would have taken a lot longer had I continued to just blindly explore like you would have had to back in the day, with no world map, screen caps, or anything like that. No internet. You would have just had to mindlessly explore. You know. Yeah. And I don't mind that to a point. I like that in games. To a point. Keeping in mind that, first and foremost, I had a lot more free time back then than I do today. As I think we can all say that, you know. But, and secondly, I had a lot more patience back then than I do today. I mean, it's like I've said, yeah. Like I've said many times, as much as I love the original Zelda game for virtually saving my interest in video games in general, I'm not only a Zelda fan, but a video gamer in general today because of that first Zelda game. Open world as an 80s NES game could be in the heyday of linear-ass platformer bullshit. Castlevania, Mega Man, screw you, Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah. As open world as an 80s NES game could be, literally saving my interest in video games. However, had a game as cryptic as that had come out today, I don't think I would have had the patience for it. I'd have either been looking up guides left and right or given up on the game. So, yeah, there is that too, to be perfectly honest. Putting all nostalgia for the game that literally saved my interest in video games by simply not being a Ghosts and Goblins linear-ass platformer. And I'm sorry if one of my internet friends, Agent Frowny, happens to be watching this video. I mean, I doubt he will, since he don't like RPGs, and I don't really care for platformers, so yeah. I mean, I know that's one of his favorite franchises, and Super Ghouls and Ghosts is like what he often considers to be his favorite video game of all time, like Ocarina of Time is for me. So if by any chance he is watching this, I do apologize. You like what you like, and I like what I like. No two people are going to agree on everything anyway, so to each their own, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, to me, linear platformers, the style of video game that nearly killed my interest in video games as it was even beginning, when every goddamn game was the same thing, it seemed like. But anyways, I've been over that many times over the years of this channel's history. Just suffice to say, as much nostalgia as I have for the first Zelda game, for literally being the game that saved my interest in video games, if it had come out today, I don't think I would have had the patience for it. I'd have been looking up guides left and right. Yeah. The difference, for me personally, between teenage me of 1988 and 50-something of... Anyways, And in my first attempt at this playthrough earlier this, well, actually late last month now, I ended up spending almost an entire video trying to find this place. And it would have taken a lot longer than that, like I was saying, had I not just decided to look up a guide, look up a world map. Actually, I had to stop myself there. As I almost said, if you remember, I kept saying about a small island continent with 2 towns on it. But how could you remember? I never did upload those videos. I deleted them since the video that would have linked them story continuation-wise to where I had left off uploading videos was lost with hard drive corruption. I would have had to skip a good portion of the game, so, yeah. Like I explained already many times, I went back and started this portion over again, but yeah, this is, I must have spent close to, if not just over a half an hour trying to find this little island continent on that first attempt. Small island with 2 towns, yeah. Broken sword. Well, if it's broken, why do we want it? Seriously, what good is it if it's broken? What is this, like, yeah, what game was that? I can't even remember anymore now, but... Oh yeah, the greatest video game in the history of gaming, Ocarina of Time. The big Goron sword, when you first get it, it's broken. You have to have it repaired, reforged. Yeah, that's... What is this? The big Goron sword? In video games, best game of all time? And yes, again, I've done videos explaining that too. I don't know why I kind of do, but unlike most people who revere Ocarina of Time so highly, so dearly, it wasn't my first Zelda game. That was the first one all the way back in 1988, as I was just talking about in this very same video. So play the first Zelda game when it was still the only one that existed, at least here in America. And I've played all of them since then as they came out. So, yeah. So Ocarina of Time was my 5th game I played in that series. The 5th game released chronologically by release date. And it wasn't, as I've mentioned many hundreds of times already, it wasn't childhood nostalgia like it is for so many people. Because I was already 27 years old by the time, well, nearly 27 years old by the time that game was even released in November of 1998. So, yeah. Again, I watch a lot of Twitch streams, and the people in those chats are always talking about their childhood nostalgia, NES, and maybe even Super Nintendo. And every time I'm thinking, man, you guys make me feel old. My childhood gaming would have been the Atari 2600 in the late 70s, early 80s, had we had one back then. Yeah. And by the time we got our first NES in 1988, I was already 16. Anyways. Point being, no. Ocarina of Time to me remains the greatest video game of all time. Because one, it's just the right mix of music, dungeons, bosses, puzzles, all of the elements that make a good game. All mixed into one, so to speak, for lack of a better way of putting that. And two, as I've mentioned before as well, it's the game that actually made me care about video game music. For just about a decade, 1988 to 1998, I would always turn the sound down on the TV and put on whatever rock album I felt like listening to that day. And that would be my music for the gameplay. And that went on for pretty much a full decade. Until Ocarina of Time. Didn't feel like doing that morning, so I just let the video game music play through. First that opening title screen music. And then you get to the game in Kokiri Forest and, hey, what do you know? Video games can have good music. I don't always have to drown them out with rock and roll. Cool. Yeah. What a concept. I can put away the CD player and just listen to the in-game music. Yeah. Who would have thunk it? Of course, since then, I've gone back and played a lot of those older games with the music still playing and sat there disgusted at myself and wondering why, like Super Metroid, why I always felt the need to turn the music off on that game. Yeah. Anyways, enough of my, well, not really ranting, but rambling. Just point being, the original point being, broken sword. If it's broken, what do I want it for? Get rid of it. Broadsword might be useful. Battle axe. Well, normally in games, battle axe, that would be like great sword, giant swords, two-handed weapons. Even the aforementioned Big Goron sword in Ocarina of Time, two-handed weapon. Didn't really slow your attack down too much, but you couldn't use your shield properly when equipped with it. You had to put it away so you could use your shield right, which was a pain in the backside during the Twin Rova boss battle where you needed your shield. Yeah. Anyways. Or even in games like Breath of the Wild, two-handed weapons may do more damage, but they're slow and clunky at fighting like Lizalfos that move real quick. I don't know, maybe there's people out there that have played that game that can do that, but me, every time I try to fight a Lizalfos with the two-handed Great Blade type weapon, yeah, I seem to lose more health than they do. Of course, I say that having played through games like Portrait of Ruin, where I had Jonathan equipped with the two-handed weapon pretty much the entire game. The Holy Claymore. Yeah. So, two-handed weapons can be nice given the circumstance of what game you're playing, I guess is the best way to put that. All depends on the specifics of the game. That being the case, well, only 7? Okay. Well, I guess 7 is better than 0. Eight for him. Okay, who else? Who else was it that could equip one? Oh, no one for that, okay. Leona can equip a broadsword. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, before I equip Leona with that weapon, if I can do this right. Okay. I was right in thinking the battle axe is stronger. Okay. I just had to make sure that the battle axe just wasn't a weaker weapon, that I didn't buy the wrong thing, and yeah, okay. Oh wait a minute, I'm looking. Yeah, still. Looking at the wrong weapon, but still the same thing. So, yeah. So they could keep the axe. Yo-yo. I wonder if this game ever did get a Switch Super Nintendo online port release. If they'd have to switch that, like they did in Star Tropics, an old 1990 NES game where in the original version of the game the weapon was called a yo-yo, simply like it is here. But for some reason they changed that to Northern Star or whatever, I forget, something Star for that version of the game. Like somehow the word yo-yo is cursed or something. Only 5 better? Oh, well, again, 5 is... So is that all we can do for weapon upgrades? And I'm almost out of money already. Holy crap. Broken sword. All right. Actually, hold on. Nowhere near the amount of money I've been spending, but oh well. Now, by the way, there is a way I could kind of cheese the game and take advantage of the storage option. In fact, I think I might have already pointed this out in earlier videos, but not sure. I'd have to go back and watch every video again to find out for sure, but... Actually, hold on. Before I go anywhere... Okay. Dude, I didn't ask for your life story. I just wanted to know the name of the town. Thank you. Okay, it is. Before I left, I just wanted to make sure I could quickly warp back here, otherwise forget it. But otherwise, demonstrations would have to wait for later. But since I've confirmed that I can just simply warp back here... See, has that place even been built yet? Oh, wait a minute, never mind. I think it's over this way anyways. See, you're the one for the secondary part. Oh no, you're for items, okay. Yeah, you're the one to swap out members of the secondary party. So where's the... Was it... Okay, maybe I can't do that yet. Okay, never mind. Not this town. Okay. Oh, that's right. He's not here anymore. He joined up. He joined the secondary. Well, wasn't there a bank somewhere around here? I could have swore I saw a bank where you can leave some, like in your average Dragon Quest game. Well, since part 2 or 3 and onward to today, maybe not so much in the first game, but yeah, at least not the original version of it. Well, anyways, as I was going to try to point out, but I don't even know where the bank is right now. Take the secondary party, which at the moment, for me anyway, on my playthrough at the moment, definitely has the most money. Drop a good portion of that off in the bank, and then go back to the main party and take that money out. Yeah, I could do that to cheese the whole financial situation and never have to worry about armor upgrades and weapon upgrades for the rest of the playthrough. The only thing that's really stopping me is the fact that I'm technically not even supposed to have all that money. If you remember several videos ago when I first unlocked that town, when I first unlocked the gate to this town, getting the guards out of the way, some glitch occurred that instantly took the secondary party's gold total up to max. I don't know why, but yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's why I've been very reluctant to use any of that money. Because technically, I'm not supposed to have that, legitimately speaking. Yeah. I mean, I know there's that part of me that, oh, who cares? It's just a game, you know. It's not like you're... It's just a freaking video game. But still... I mean... Anyways. I could do that. And who knows, maybe someday along the way I'll end up doing that. But for now, since technically I'm not supposed to have even half that money, that goes untouched. In the meantime, oh wait a minute, what am I doing? Go back. Okay, weapon upgrade is done. Now there's armor. Okay. 1, 2, 3 of those. Leather shoes, they don't sound all that good. And with the price of only $30, I'm betting they're not that special anyways. Because usually in video games especially, something that cheap, and I suppose to a large extent this could probably go for real life too, unless you get lucky and find some awful damn good sale. Something that cheap, yeah. Anyways, I mean, $2,500 versus 30. Major price drop off there. Or frick, even 360 to 30. All right, now. All right, just to be sure, as this wouldn't be the first case, you know. Well, of course, the other example I was thinking of wasn't in price being charged for it, but in naming. You can't always go by names either. Major case and example of that would be my playthrough of Portrait of Ruin. For the first half of the game, the strongest weapon or the strongest armor for either Charlotte or Jonathan is an armor called the Feather Gear. Yeah, Feather Gear. Sounds like a frickin' pillow. Yet, as far as base defense goes, it's stronger than an iron armor, stronger than a steel armor, stronger than a gold armor. Yeah. Uh-huh. A pillow. So obviously you can't judge by name. Yeah. So along that concept with pricing, Oh. Oh, it's only... Wow, it's only down by 5. Okay, so I was partially wrong. You would think for an item that only costs, what, 30 bucks? It'd be only like maybe 2 defense. But it's actually only 5 points worse than what I already have, so it's actually not as bad as I was thinking it would be, but... I mean, again, I was thinking equipping that would bring your defense back, would have brought his defense back down to double digits. But, okay, again, I partially stand corrected, I guess. It ain't. Anyways, point made. Okay. Okay, who is the other person that could use that? Her, I think. Nope, it wasn't her. Okay. Shit. Okay, and... Okay, who was the other person that I bought that for? Oh, okay. The new guy. Oh yeah, he definitely... Oh shoot, he needs upgrades all around. He's still got basic gear. Okay. Oh, he can't use the iron armor. Okay. So much for that thought. Okay. Wait. No, man. All right. Nope, he can't use. Yeah, that's a problem. The only thing he can even, only thing sold here for, and that he can even equip is the shoes and the helmet. Okay. Great. I'll worry about that off screen between videos. I've already wasted enough video time on that. Oh, they got armor here too. Dude, get out of my way. Same stuff. Okay. I guess since they are on the same island, they both get their stock from the same warehouse, or however you want to put that in today's commercial terms. They both get their supplies from the same stock, or from the same. Yeah. Think so? Tell me to shut up, I ought to kick your butt. You have no idea how lucky you are that the game won't let me do so. Tell me to shut up, will you? Why? What did they do to you? Huh. This sounds to me like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've been playing the remastered or the remake, not even just a remastered re-release, but an entirely remade version of the game. Maybe because I've been playing Dragon Quest VII Reimagined so many times in the last couple months, but I can't help thinking this is one of those cases for that game where, you know, you go back, whatever problems would have caused the island's demise, you fix and stop from happening, and then you go back and they're still there in the present time. I can't help thinking this feels like something that could have been from that game. I mean, we come here, they're bickering, so we got to stop them. We got to be the peacemakers and stop them and say, Again, maybe it's just because of how many times I've been replaying Dragon Quest VII that I'm still thinking about that kind of thing, but yeah. And where the hell am I going? Anyways, that's all for this video, as half an hour just seems to fly by. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.